fishes, some angels, and kissing korima, and some wonderful fishes. Lovely fish tank. Wow. Hi, my name is Abhijeet Desai, and welcome to the Abhijeet Talk Show. So you're just watching me watching the fish tank and looking at the fishes around here. I'm here at a friend's place of mine, and this friend of mine is a person who has a very unique hobby of having fish with fish tanks, and it is something unique that he does. I want to meet him today. I want to talk to him. We are at his place, and we are going to talk to him. We are going to ask him what he does with this fish. How does he maintain the fish? How does he have the combination of the fishes along with the different types of fish? And he has done a lot of work on this fish and the fish tank since he was at the age of 5. So his hobby actually developed since then, and he has a corporate experience of about 20 years, but the hobby that he has is almost for 25 years. So you can imagine the passion behind the hobby that this person has, and he's an awesome guy. He himself is a fish pond. Yeah. So let's invite Amit Kadam on the Abhijeet Talk Show. It's a pleasure to have you on this occasion at your place, and I'm sure people are going to enjoy because there have been a lot of demand from people asking about fish tanks. They have asked me if you know somebody who can talk about fishes and the fish tank, it would be great. So I thought it could be none other than you who could actually give people and the audience an insight about the fish and the fish tank.
It's a pleasure, Abhijeet, that you invited me on your show, and I think I will be able to, answer all your questions to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Wow, I am excited. I am looking forward to have a lot of talks and a lot of discussions.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Amit, the first thing that I would like to know is, how did this hobby of yours start? You said that it's been since you were at the age of 5. You've been pursuing this wonderful hobby of the fish and the fish tank, and you have some lovely fish here in the tank. There is, I believe, there is you have what is that?
That's a tinfoil barb with the silver one
barb
with the red tail.
Okay.
And the orange ones are called kois.
Kois. Okay.
Yes. And the pink one is called a kissing gourami.
Kissing gourami. Oh, so you have fishes which kiss also, is it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
If it has a partner,
okay,
it will kiss.
Wow, wonderful. And which is the bigger one? Which is the bigger
These
one?
are the tinfoil barbs.
Okay.
These are angels.
Okay.
Okay. And we have silver dollars also, which are.
Oh, silver dollars, is it?
Yes, they're
So
called
they are silver dollars.
Yes.
My God. Okay. So you can sell this.
Yeah.
And make some money out of it.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Depends on the buyer.
Okay. Okay. So you earn in dollars on that silver dollar?
No, not in India.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that's really nice. I mean, so we are going to talk about this. I'm going to we would like to know a lot about these because I only know to eat fish. Yeah, and I have been eating fish since I was 5. But you have been maintaining your hobby, your passion has been to have fish at home along with the fish tank. So
yes.
Two different things. One is who is an eater, and the other who is actually who maintains and who keeps the fish as a hobby. So that's really nice, Amit, to have you on my show. So you're talking about your hobby. So how did this hobby develop at the age of 5?
So this basically the hobby runs in my family. So I picked up this hobby from my grandfather. My grandfather had a small fish tank, which was approximately a 2 feet fish tank, and at that time we used to have fish tanks with metal rims, and they used to be made out of tar by sticking the glass with tar and wooden hoods. So that kind of traditional fish tank my grandfather had, and he used to usually feed the fish. We had some goldfish, some guppies, and I think some mollies were there at that time in his tank. When I was about 5, 6 years, I started understanding what's a fish tank, and that's when I realized that I have developed a passion and a liking for the fish tank. So I used to feed the fish in my grandfather's tank. At times we used to collect earthworms for them from the ground. We used to pick up stones,
Wow.
and below the stones we used to find small earthworms to collect them and feed the fish. And many times I've helped him clean the tank. So when he used to take out the fish and clean the tank, so that was traditional way of cleaning the tank.
Oh.
I used to help him, and over a period of time, I developed this, liking more and more towards the fish keeping hobby. And then when I started, when I moved into my college, or maybe you can say end of my schooling days, that was when I got my own fish tank first, because this particular hobby requires a lot of commitment. Okay, it's not just some decorative item that we would like to keep, or it's not a novelty. Okay, it's a commitment. And my father used to always tell me that I will only get you a fish tank if you are going to take care of it properly. Okay, so when I was able to take care of it properly, at that time, my father bought me a fish tank, and that's when I started.
Okay. So it runs in the family. It
Yes.
runs in the family. Wow. Okay. 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 And so when it started off, when you actually started understanding fish, what was the first thing that you found out about this fish and the fish tank? What was the first thing that you probably learned in your?
The more than learning, it was the fascination.
Okay.
It was the fascination about how the fish swim with their with their long tails and the fins and the multiple colors that they come in. They
Okay.
look so beautiful. They are relaxing. Okay, if you sit looking at the tank, it works just like meditation. It will help you relax.
Right.
It will help you feel nice. And people who love nature, who love being with nature, will always appreciate, or would always like to have a fish tank at home, so that they can connect with nature.
Right.
So in today's lifestyle, wherein we have a non-stop running kind of schedule, all right, in that kind of schedule we hardly get any time to connect with nature. So this is like a piece of nature within your house or your home, so that you can connect whenever you feel like.
Wow.
So that's the passion, the liking. And when I started keeping the fish, I started exploring more and more the different types of fish available, the way we can keep things we can decorate our aquarium. Okay, the live plants.
Okay.
Okay, what is required for the live plants, or
Okay.
how to ensure that the fish, first thing was ensuring their survival.
Right.
Okay, then making them comfortable,
Right.
and then helping them thrive, not survive.
Not survive.
So
Wow.
there's a difference between thriving and surviving.
And surviving.
I can lock somebody up into a room which is 4 by 4. He or she will survive,
Yes.
but they will not thrive.
It is not right.
Okay, but if I keep them in a luxury home with good food, well maintained home environment,
Right.
nice greenery around, then the person will thrive.
Correct.
So that's the difference between survival and
And-
thriving. So that starting from surviving your fish to helping them thrive, grow, and grow to their full potential, live their entire life.
Right.
That is very important, because initially when you look at it, anybody who brings a fish tank, initially they keep complaining that our fish are dying, and
Yes.
we're not able to keep
Yes.
them live. So that's a very common thing that we hear about fish tank.
Yes.
Even I have made those mistakes when I was
The initial
yes
times.
when I was in my initial stages. So over a period of time we learn how, and what is to be done to keep them happy in their little homes which we have for them.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's very important to know.
But Amit, sometimes you I have this feeling about the fish. Yeah. So when they are in a big pond or when they are in a larger area, they have ample of space to move around and they have
Yes.
ample of space to swim around. Yeah. The moment you have a fish tank and the fishes are put inside, their area is limited. The
Yeah.
volume of the area that they travel is very limited. Now, so how do these fish manage to be in a smaller area but still survive? I mean, as you mentioned, survival and thrive. Yeah.
Right.
So how does that linkage go?
So, see, as you said, the bigger the area, the better for the fish. They will be happier as they have more space. They can swim freely. Okay. But then again, when you are keeping an aquarium, okay, you cannot give them the 100% natural environmental conditions, right? But we try to get as close to nature as possible by keeping limited fish, by keeping fish which are compatible with each other,
Right.
which will not fight with each other, because end of the day they are all animals and animal instincts will be there. Okay, so the smaller fish will be harassed by the bigger ones.
Yes.
Alright, so when you are introducing fish into an aquarium, you need to introduce the fish in such a way that the first fish that you introduce is not territorial. Otherwise, it will dominate the tank. So if you introduce a fish which is territorial, it will create its territory, and anything that you introduce later on will be harassed to death.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it will not allow it to survive or even forget about survival. It will not even let it live.
Correct.
Okay, so there are fish which are aggressive in nature. There are fish which are called community fish. Okay, there are fish which are timid in nature, which are always hiding.
Right.
Okay, so you need to know the
What are the
compatibility of what you can keep with what. Okay, and secondly, you need to keep your aquarium as close to nature as possible.
Okay.
You add as less decorations as you can and keep the decorations natural. Like if you look at this aquarium,
Yeah.
okay, we have just one wood decoration here.
Correct.
These
So
are
these are-
different pieces of wood
Right.
which are found in nature. Okay, so these are all natural
So these are the
decorations.
sea woods which are typically found in the.
Yes, these are not
the-
sea woods, they are called
the
root
corn-
wood.
Okay.
We import them from Malaysia,
Oh, okay.
and they are basically removed from the river bank.
Oh,
Okay, so
Okay.
they are actually part of nature.
of nature.
Okay, they take some time to sink, but once they sink, they don't rot in the tank.
Wow.
This wood can remain like this for 10 to 15 years.
What is the name you said?
These are called root woods.
Root woods.
Driftwood, bogwood, many names are there.
Okay.
Okay, which are naturally found in on river banks and stuff like that. This is a clay castle. Okay, so it is natural. There is no plastic in it, but
Okay.
the plants that you're seeing behind are all plastic. Okay, because these large fish that is, they will not let the natural plants survive. They will break them and they will chew them up. So that's the reason why I haven't kept any natural plants. I've kept some plastic plants for the greenery look. Because otherwise it looks like a hardscape. Hardscape is nothing but just some rock or
Hardscape.
yes.
Okay.
So hardscape is nothing but some rocks, some wood,
Okay.
and
So
the base gravel. That's
So what you are saying, Amit, is basically for the fish in a pond, in a fish tank like this. What would be the size of this fish tank?
This fish tank is 30 inches by 18 inches by 18 inches.
Okay, so 13 by 18 by 18 is the size of this
Yes.
fish tank.
And
Now,
this is a classic example of an overstocked tank.
Okay.
Okay,
So
this
an
is not
overstock
the
tank.
way a tank should be stocked. The reason why my tank is stocked like this is because one of my friends' tank
Has actually-
broke and I had to give refuge to his fish
Okay.
in my tank.
Oh.
That's the reason why you're seeing so many fish.
So
in my
many
tank.
fishes. Are in
Okay,
one tank.
ideally this tank is made for not more than 5 to 6 fish.
Okay, but then you have so many tanks because of the volume of the fish tank and the things that are already there inside. So the
Yeah.
fish are acquainted with this kind
Yes,
of atmosphere inside.
actually there are only 4 fish which were part of this tank. The rest of the fish are all refugees here.
Oh, okay. So you can do that also. You can keep a fish refugee in
Yeah,
the fish
because
tank.
it was an emergency when a tank crashed or
Yeah.
rather broke. and started leaking,
Yeah.
they cannot survive there.
Right.
So for me, it was very important to keep them alive. So if I keep them in a bucket, I have to change the water every day, right? So that's the reason why I kept them in my tank, where I have very heavy filtration. I have an internal filter to circulate the water. Okay, then I have a external canister which does heavy filtration, and I also have a bubble, a bubble machine which keeps circulating the water.
Okay.
So I think the plug.
So I will come to all these things over a period of time. We are going to talk about a lot of things about the fish. There are a lot of questions that I have to ask you about the different types of fish, the different types of tanks, the different types of sea the water material that I am able to see here, the root wood as you mentioned, the some of the green plants which are there. So how do you get these? Where do you get these? How to buy them? What is the cost? How to maintain a fish tank. So we're going to talk about all these things, Amit. So keep watching, guys. Keep watching the Abhijeet Talk Show. We have Amit Kadam with us today, and we are going to talk about the fish tank for a while. Let's take a break for a while now. Thank you.
Beautiful African cichlid tank. The size of the tank is 4 feet by 2 feet in height. We can see there is a school of Frontosa, the white and blue striped fish, which are called African cichlids. We have a bunch of catfish there with the long mustaches. They call Lima cat. We have an orange lilupin. We have some dubosis, which look almost black. Some of them are the yellow banded dubosis, some of them are the red dubosis. We can see a lot of hiding spaces, some bogwood, as these fish get very territorial as they grow. So that's a beautiful African cichlid tank. This is a beautiful marine tank with a fish only setup. We can see there is a maroon clown, a yellow tang, there's a Dr. Vass, two yellow-bellied damsel, one yellow-tailed damsel, and a common mata tang. You can see some live rocks. These rocks were brought in dead but have grown some organisms on them which look live.
So welcome back again on the Abhijeet Talk Show with Amit Kadam on understanding about the different types of aquariums and the different types of fish in the aquarium. So we are going to talk to him further on where we left from. So Amit, I have seen that there are different types of fish that can be kept. So what do you call it? It's an aquarium or
Yes,
a fish tank? You call it?
It's a fish tank. It's aquarium. So
Okay.
anything.
So you can call it anything. So either it's a fish tank.
Yeah.
So is it something like an aquarium is a bigger fish tank, and something smaller is called something else. So what is it?
No, basically, what aquarium means anything that is part of aqua.
Okay.
Okay, so aqua is nothing but water. So
Right.
anything that lives in water, and you fill up the container with water, and have a living being in it. That's called an aquarium. It could be a bowl. Okay, bowl is called a bowl because of the shape.
Right. So
Okay,
it's a round in shape.
Right. You have round aquariums which are fish bowls. You have rectangular aquariums. You can make custom shapes.
Right.
We have corner aquariums. We have hexagonal aquariums.
Oh.
We have five-sided aquariums.
Oh, you have those shapes also?
Yes, we have
Hexagonal.
coffee table aquariums.
Okay.
Okay, we have office counter aquariums.
Oh.
Okay, we have reception aquariums. Like in some big hospitals, you must have seen the entire bottom part of the reception
Correct.
table
Yes.
is looks like
Right.
like an aquatic world.
Right. So when you
Yes,
walk,
so-
you actually walk on the
Yes.
glass and you see the fishes below.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's a floor aquarium. What you're talking
Okay.
is a floor aquarium. So you have a floor, and below the floor, there's a shallow tank kind of thing,
Oh, okay,
wherein
okay,
you
okay.
have fish. What I am talking about is a proper reception table, wherein you go to the counter, and the counter itself is an aquarium.
Okay.
Okay, so you have an aquarium, and there's a glass on top, or a proper ply table, and then the operations of the reception have been carried out on those tables.
Oh,
And just for looking aesthetic look, or that feel of nature, you can see it from front, it looks like an aquarium.
okay. So there are different types of aquarium. So one is a round aquarium, one is a hexagonal aquarium,
Yes.
and there are pentagonal aquariums also.
You can make any size. Okay, those are called custom made aquariums. So if
Okay.
you have a corner at home wherein you want to keep an aquarium, okay, you can make the aquarium in the shape of that corner.
Okay. Oh, you
Yes.
can make it accordingly.
Yes.
Okay.
So custom made aquariums can be made as and how you like it.
And what could be the size of a
Any size, any
bigger
size,
aquarium?
any size. See, as long as the physics works, okay, the bigger the aquarium, the size or the thickness of the glass will increase.
Right.
Okay, so you can make a Rome size aquarium. Okay, like you have this, big Ocean World and
Right, right.
Dubai aquarium,
Yes, yes.
they are made of fiber, which is bulletproof.
Okay.
Okay, and it could be thickness of up to 5 inches, 8 inches, depending on what amount of or what volume of water they are going to hold, and whether they are able to sustain the pressure of that water. Because the pressure and the weight of the water which is put inside the aquarium, it pushes the walls of the aquarium apart from each other. Okay, so those walls should be able to sustain that kind of pressure. Okay, so aquarium could be anything from a 6-inch bowl up to a 60 feet
60 feet.
aquarium. You can
Oh,
make
wow.
any size. Okay, and you can make any shape as long as the guy who's making it knows how to do it. Okay, so whenever you want to make a custom aquarium, I would suggest you should go to a person who is a well experienced guy, who knows how to put the glass together and how to paste the glass together. Secondly, the edges of the glass which are pasted together, there you should see a clear pasting, not lumps of silicone. Usually what we use is silicone to join the glass. So if, for example, this aquarium, this is a rectangular aquarium,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So we have 5 pieces of glass which are stuck together to make this aquarium. One is the bottom piece, and
The other four
the
sides.
other 4 sides. So all these 4 sides have to be stuck together. So we use silicone for aquariums to stick the glass together. So we have special silicone which is used for sealing glass. The silicone will not give way, but the glass could crack if you use less thickness glass.
Okay.
So for this 30-inch aquarium, I have used 6 mm glass.
So, according to the size of the aquarium, the glass size also varies.
Yes, the thickness of the glass.
Thickness of the
varies.
glass also varies.
Yes, if you are making a 4-feet aquarium, the recommended thickness of the glass is minimum 12 mm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it depends. Again, make a 6-feet aquarium, I would suggest to go for a 15 mm glass.
Okay.
Okay, you make a 10-feet aquarium, and also it's not just the length of the aquarium, it's the amount of water or volume of water that it holds. Okay, as I said, the pressure which the water puts on the glass walls,
Yeah. Yes.
that should be sustained.
Sustainable. Right.
Okay, otherwise it will crack.
Right.
And if it cracks in the middle of the night, imagine what havoc it will do.
I know. I just happened to remember something. I mean, this was a friend of mine. He has a huge aquarium in his house. So it's almost to the floor height, and the width is quite should be about what about 4-5 feet the width, and the length would be something like about 6 feet, 6 to 7 feet, and the height would be about 10 to 12 feet. That huge, and they had different kinds of fish, and I mean huge fishes, huge fish they had. I was surprised, and he was telling me one day what happened. They don't know, and imagine the kind of gallons of water in that. Not in liters, but gallons of water. And something cracked, and the entire thing broke off. The entire water was in the house, and it was all a mess. So many fish died,
Right,
and it was such a emotional moment for him.
So that is just one part of it. Okay, the water leaking, the house getting wrecked,
Right.
and you losing your fish is just one part of it. Okay, but imagine the other side of it.
Right.
If somebody is sitting next to the aquarium and the glass breaks,
And the glass breaks.
the glass could fly in any direction. It could chop off
Absolutely.
somebody's head.
Absolutely.
It could get into the body.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a major health hazard which we should plan very much in advance, considering the size of the aquarium that you are making. You need to plan what thickness glass you will use. So I would suggest, if you are a newbie and you are doing or making an aquarium for the first time, don't get into all these nitty-gritties. Just order it from an expert.
Oh, that's and the expert. Who else could be the expert? It could be Amit Kadam. So
Yeah,
I know for sure that
could
you
be
do a lot of
people-
consulting with people.
So it
And,
could be me, or it could be somebody who has a similar kind of experience in making aquariums.
Right.
Okay, I don't stick aquariums myself. Okay, but I can give you a lot of views on what type of glass can be used, what brand can be used, why use extra clear glass, why use normal glass, where to use extra clear glass. Okay, so all these things over a period of years I have learned.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I have not stuck any aquarium till date. Okay, so
Okay.
I don't want to do it because
So
it's a
signal
health
pasting
hazard.
is not your baby,
No,
but
so-
the design part, the architecting of
Yes.
the entire fish tank is your baby,
I
right?
can design it for you, but the reason why I have never stuck it, as I said, it's a health hazard. Okay, and because of my learning experience, I don't want somebody else to get hurt.
Obviously, I understand this.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's always a first time for everything.
Correct.
So I'm still scared that first time if I make an aquarium and I give it to somebody, it might break, or if I make it for myself, it might break in my house,
Right.
it might hurt my family members, or it might hurt my friends for whom I make it.
I understand.
So
I
that's the
understand
reason why I don't want to
the-
play with glass. I'm not the expert.
Wow. Amit, wonderful experience you have shared. A lot of information that you've given in terms of the aquarium. There would be a lot of more things with regards to the aquarium, which I would like to ask you. We will continue further.
Sure.
We will take this up in the second episode. We'll talk about the different types of fish, the different types of material that you use for the fish tank.
Right.
But we will do that in the second episode. Yeah. So guys, friends, keep watching the Abhijeet Talk Show with Amit Kadam, and we'll be back very soon with a new episode where Amit will be talking about different types of fish that you can keep in the fish tank. Thank you so much. Bye for now.